Gonna be an interesting chat we're gonna have. I think we're good. All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Movie Backlot Podcast. My name is Steven. That right there is Dylan. The Movie Backlot Podcast is a podcast where we get together to discuss everything we loved and hated in the world of movies every single week. Or we try to get every single week. We missed last week, but nonetheless, if you want to listen to us, iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, all that good stuff, YouTube, we put up like images and our pretty faces so you can watch all that good stuff. How you doing, Dylan?
I'm doing I'm doing well. I saw Suicide Squad a week ago, and I saw Nine Lives,
So
and those weren't very
I
good.
mean, you picked a great week to watch movies, man. Look at
I
that.
did. I
Back
was
to
like, this weekend I'm not gonna get behind. I'm gonna watch the new releases.
I watched one of those movies. Um, so pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, the way that the show works is we get into the box office numbers, talk about our thoughts on these movies, where they ranked, what we thought they were gonna make, and all that good stuff. We hop into what's coming out this week, and we discuss all the news that really caught our attention. And then at the end of the show, we give you guys our Blu-ray recommendations and stuff like that. Oh, Dylan, I'm a bit. All right, this is where we're gonna go, man.
Yeah,
Um,
we're gonna talk about the number one movie in the
yeah,
world, as all the advertisements are
yeah,
saying repeatedly.
yeah. So coming in at number one this week is a Suicide Squad with $135.1 million. And first of all, I want to say congratulations. We made a lot of money. Did great, awesome, great. The movie made a lot of money. Uh, and according to the internet, that's all that matters. People are all saying, "Well, look how much money it made. Look how much money it made." I'm like, that doesn't mean shit. Transformers makes a lot of money. That don't mean anything. But
Hey, there's only one bad Transformers movie.
I think there's three, but whatever. There's two really bad ones, and then one mediocre, and then one pretty good. So Suicide Squad, Dylan. This was the one, man. This was the one for me, man. I'm going in. I'm like, this is the one, Dylan. We're gonna agree about how amazing this movie is. It's gonna be the one. I'm like, this is the one that's gonna
We
make.
agree.
Yeah, we agree, but this is gonna be the one that's gonna get me hyped and super excited about the DCU. And damn it, what happened?
It is atrocious.
And I'm shocked
Horrible.
that you did not like it because as I was watching it, I mean, you told me you didn't, but as I was watching it, I'm like, but they don't like Batman v Superman. But then as I keep watching, I'm like, oh no, like
Yeah.
oh no, the first half of the movie is to me okay. I guess I'll say okay. I'm not gonna say the
I
first.
feel like
It's fine.
it relies on you being nostalgic for the old MTV
MTV hits, man.
because it's
Like
just music videos. Like I work at a theater, and last night somebody came like 15 minutes into the movie start, and they're like, "Have I missed anything?" I'm like, "No, you missed the music videos."
you missed the music montages and the slow motion walks and like man, I just want like it was just some
It was.
it was something. So I don't know. So to me, the
Or
first
just
half of the
go with
movie.
your overall thoughts
So the
first.
first thing I thought about the movie was as after I watched it, I was like, oh man, this is a Fantastic Four for me. I was like, first half decent, not great, not bad, but potential. But then something happens about not as bad as Fantastic Four. What happens, but like something just completely shifts in the movie, and then the villain gets more to do, and then you're just like, huh, this villain is bad. This villain is like really bad, and then the rumors start coming out about, oh, this movie was edited by the guy that edited the trailer, and you're
Yeah,
like,
traffic
oh, it
update.
makes sense. Um, I don't know. I mean, if we'll have a discussion, but what were your thoughts walking around? I mean, you obviously didn't like it, which is shocking to me. I
So
mean, not shocking after I
and
watched
I
it.
saw this before the embargo. I saw it at a press screening last
You were
Monday.
you
So
were the first review I saw of
oh,
everybody.
and then let me guess, you clicked on it and you were like, oh, I'm just gonna watch Dylan fanboy about the
Yes,
DCU, and you're like, oh
yes,
God, you
no.
didn't like it?
I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna watch Dylan talk about how amazing this movie is because, he loves the DCU. So I'm like, as I'm watching, I'm like, well, I don't know if I can trust Dylan because he loves the DCU so much. And then I start watching, and I'm like, you just, your soul was so beaten. Like you were so, you were like a defeated man. You were like, Like you couldn't believe what you were saying. It was like, what did like what happened? And I was shocked.
And then yeah, I also saw that I think like Alex posted on the video. He was just like he was just like, you didn't like it? Oh God,
Yes, like
this is
that's the
not
same
gonna be
thing I
good.
thought. I was like, if Dylan didn't like the movie, like people that don't know, Dylan adores BVS and Man of Steel, which you say in your review. You
Yeah,
adore those movies. Like Man of Steel was like your favorite movie of the
what's my
year,
favorite movie of
and
2013?
then BVS was in your top five, I think, right, or something like that.
It's in my top five currently. It's gonna get knocked out by the end because there's gonna be better movies hopefully the
Yeah.
rest of the
So
year. But like, it's not pictured now. But like I bought the Ultimate Edition, and I've watched it, and I thought it was even better than the theatrical, which isn't hard to do, I guess.
yeah,
But I thought it was a lot better, and like I've been wanting to watch the movie again lately, but I'm like I don't have 3 hours.
yeah, that's the one
If it
problem
was
about the
two
movie.
hours, I would probably would have watched like at least one or more, two more times, like my spare time. But
Um,
Suicide Squad is unapologetically terrible, and it's kind of, I feel like when we saw Fantastic Four last year, we thought that
See,
that's as
if I
bad
had a
as they
box of
could get.
tissues right now, I'd like give them to you through the screen. I'm like, I'm sorry, did it? I
We
know
thought
you wanted it to be so good. I'm so sorry.
when I walked out of Fantastic Four, Stick out, I was like, this is as bad as it can get. This is as bad as this new brand new superhero movies can get.
Yeah.
I want to issue an apology
No.
to
Okay.
Fox Studios
Okay.
and
So
Josh
you
Trank.
said something that shocked me. You said you enjoyed Fantastic Four more than this movie, or
I
by a
did.
little
Because
bit.
I tried rewatching Fantastic Four, and I was like,
There are parts.
there's, you know why it's better? It's a movie. Things happen. There's motivations. There's a plot. It's not just a music video followed by a music video followed by a music
That's what
video
I told
followed
my.
by a shitty action sequence, Will Smith, terrible mischaracterizations of all the characters, and being masked by an incredible mixtape. I will give it that. The soundtrack is great. I
Yeah, it
still
is.
listen to this track because it's just a mixtape of cool songs. But I'm like, well, this is just like DC executives were like, Guardians of the Galaxy did really good. Let's just make that. Do we have some obscure team? Suicide Squad. Put it on the slate. Same release date. Spirit in the Sky. Let's throw it in there. It's a good song. It makes no sense to be in the movie, but sure. And when I was listening to the soundtrack before I saw the movie, they had the Eminem Without Me, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this is. I thought they were gonna play that when the Joker returns, and now like Joker would be the villain, the Joker would be like they're gonna play that song, and it'd be really cool. And I'm like, oh, that could actually work. But they don't. They play it when they're suiting up, and I'm like, they're not back. This is their first time becoming a team. How are they? They're not back from anything. This movie sucks. It's really bad. I like a real exchange yesterday at my movie theater was somebody came up and was just like, "Have you seen Suicide Squad?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "What'd you think?" I'm like, "It sucks." And they were like,
No lie, I told like 10 people yesterday because my mom's birthday was yesterday. We had a party, and then the day before I was hanging out, and everybody said, "Oh, Suicide Squad, what do you think?" And every time I'm like, "I hated it. I think it sucked." But other people liked it, so you might too. Like I'm like, but I
"Yeah."
hated that
That's
movie
what I
so
tell
bad.
people. It is, it is disturbingly
But
terrible.
people like it, so I don't know. I'm like, I don't
Uh,
know. People like it a lot. I don't know.
Like the more I think about it, just the more angry I get. I can kind of see my bed over there. I lay down in my bed for a half hour, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna figure out what's better: Fantastic Four, or Suicide Squad. And I think Fantastic Four is a better movie.
Okay.
Because I would at least if someone's like, "Do you want to see Fantastic Four again?" I'll be like, "I like Miles Teller. I like their like some of the horror elements and."
Yeah,
What?
the beginning
Fantastic
of
Four has
Fantastic
a
Four
better
is really good.
action sequence than Suicide Squad. At least it's
I
memorable.
mean, I don't know
At least
about
something happened. It
that.
was atrociously terrible, but I'm like, at least there's a motif from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie that gives things somewhat of a character arc.
So this will be.
A little bit.
So you know that I was the defender of Fantastic Four when it came out, not because it was a good movie, but I said it was a decent 5 or a 6. Everybody was giving it like 3s. I'm like, I think it's about a 5. I was that guy,
I
and
still like a 4. 4 out of 10.
yeah, I mean, I gave it 5 out of 10. I mean, that's not that. I mean, that's not that far off. But like, I don't know what my score would be for Suicide Squad. Honestly, though, it wouldn't be a 6 because that would make it fresh. but it would be. I can't tell because I will tell you this. I think Suicide Squad is more fun than Fantastic Four. Not better movie because for me the first 45 minutes of Fantastic Four were a good coherent story with motivations and structure. That turning point where everything goes to shit goes off the rails. My problem with Suicide Squad is that it's it's like two it's like it is like music videos, like 2 minute song,
Mm-hmm.
dialogue, random dialogue, another 2 minute song, so like just scenes of flashbacks, then random Joker appearances, like he's in the movie about like what 10 minutes.
10, 15,
Yeah, and
maybe.
they're always through like weird flashback sequences, and every time it's like they do something with the camera, and it's like oh whoa in and out like purple colors, and I'm like oh
Oh, the editing is so
because we have
terrible.
to know he's crazy, so let's make the fucking screen turn random ass rainbow colors because that
Yeah,
would show how insane he
it's
is.
so
Um,
awful.
so the things that I enjoyed from the movie,
Like the
I don't
notes.
think Will Smith was horribly miscast. Okay, Will Smith was miscast for anybody that knows Deadshot or has seen Deadshot in an animated series or or read him in a comic book. Yeah, Will Smith is not Deadshot, but he was fun. He had cool dialogue. He had charisma, like we've known him to be. Same thing with Harley Quinn. Miscast, but what her take on Harley Quinn was at least fun. Doesn't
I
remind me
don't
of
think she was
the
miscast. I just thought the role was pretty terribly
yeah. Okay,
written.
yeah. There we go. Cause
And she did a fine job with what she was
yeah.
given.
Okay.
Now I'm like,
So
oh, I want to see Harley. I want to see Margot Robbie in more movies,
I'll get that part.
just
Yeah.
not written by David Ayer.
Yeah. Like Harley Quinn did not feel like Harley Quinn's supposed to be crazy. Here, I don't. They sexualized her, which is what they do in the Arkham games, but in the
She's a
Arkham
highly
games it
sexual
makes sense.
character, so it
Here it
likes
doesn't really.
sense.
Yeah, here it's just like I don't know. She's
There is
again.
one scene where it's like very over the top sexual, and I'm
Yeah,
like, why
I
is
know what
it
you're
why
talking
is this in
about.
the movie?
There's a couple. She's there, whatever. Again, she's fine. She's enjoyable. She's fun. The Harley Quinn that I wanted to see, not really, but she's fine. I embrace that. Um, Jai Courtney, again, they make him look like a punk ass bitch in this movie. He sucks as like Captain
He
Boomerang.
throws three
Oh
boomerangs.
really? Are you counting the drone one? Because I don't really
Yes.
count. No, I don't count that. I counted two because I didn't count that one. I was like, I don't know what the fuck this
Yeah,
thing
there's
is.
three.
Yeah,
He's named Captain Boomerang,
he
and
only
he
hits
has.
one. He hits one per. He hits one time with that shit. Because one
I
time he
mean,
missed. One time he
Jai
shoots
Courtney
it.
was good.
One time he shoots it
Yeah,
and
but
it
it
doesn't
doesn't
come
matter.
back.
What?
One time he shoots it and it doesn't come back.
Yeah, it's.
Okay, so I'm saying this is so he was good. Viola Davis was good, but she was almost too over the top. Like she would do things and I would just be like, why?
I
What?
know exactly what you're
Like
thinking.
I'm like, what?
Makes no
I get you're
sense.
bad and you're like this control freak, but like you're not a dumbass. Like the shit you're doing, like you know what I mean. Like I'm like you're evil, but evil people aren't fucking like they're not like dumb. They're smart. Like Viola Davis is supposed to be like a powerful woman, evil but smart. She did things in this movie that were super just whatever. But I liked her as a character. I was like, okay, besides your dumb shit, the way you were portrayed, awesome. So the acting in this thing from mostly everybody, the
The
acting
acting was good.
was solid
The
throughout.
script is terrible.
What the dialogue was being said was dumb. The villain was dumb. Both villains were dumb. The fact that they created these things, these zombie-like creatures, was dumb. Anybody that's seen Assault on Arkham, the DC animated series, would have been like, "Why didn't you make Joker the bad guy?"
Oh yeah,
Especially with the team you put together. So one of my biggest problems is that the team you put together is a team that you're like, we have to take out superhumans or metahumans or super powered. And my thing is,
they say
okay,
Superman. They say
yeah,
that they're making this in case the next Superman goes haywire.
these fuckers would die.
He throws a boomerang.
So my team is like, so we need to take out metahumans, supernatural creatures, Superman. The team we put together is rope climbing man, hammer girl, boomerang man, and a dude that could shoot really good. These are mostly all Batman villains. Like
Yeah, and a guy that also like
Rick
Killer
Flag is
Croc
like,
was
no, he's
yeah, Rick Flag's like a good soldier.
I
Rick
guess
Killer Croc was not good
he
in the
didn't do
movie.
anything.
Exactly.
Supposedly he got a lot of scenes cut out. But my thing is like,
He just
this is the team you put together to take out regular people. None of these people can take out a metahuman or a Superman or a witch or fucking some supernatural creature. Like, not maybe Killer Croc could if you let him actually do his stuff. Like, but then we didn't let
Diablo
him.
could.
Oh,
Diablo made
Diablo's the
sense.
only one that's pretty. I liked him too. He was pretty good.
Katana, even though she doesn't do
Oh,
anything,
her,
like she doesn't
her,
even take. I'm not gonna spoil it,
no,
but
her
she
back,
does nothing.
her backstory. The way that they shoehorn that shit in is fucking hilarious. Like at
My
random ass
favorite,
moments. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
you know whose character introduction was my favorite?
I mean, who?
Slipknot.
I mean, sure. He's dumb as fuck, but okay. It's just like there is just some,
There's like Slipknot's here too. And I was
yeah.
like,
It's
okay.
like this. Like it's like we know who's not making it back on this mission. Everybody should have just looked over. Like it's just so dumb. It's so dumb. And the potential was there. I don't know. I don't know what to do. And then okay, so then the end credit scene to me made no sense. To me.
It makes absolutely no sense.
It made no sense because of something
I'm
that
like,
was
wait, why would? But I just saw.
Yeah,
I just saw
exactly.
yes, and
Yes.
they go over all this, and now it's like, what? Why? Okay,
And
sure.
then like certain people that show up in this movie already have things like if they're a part of the Justice League. Like
You want to just talk spoilers for this movie and give a spoiler warning, and just go full on bitch fest?
I mean, let's finish the box. We're gonna finish the box office numbers and then we'll come back because I have some questions that I'm confused about, and as someone that has seen BVS way more than me or more embraced it, I have some questions. So
Well,
yeah, those are our thoughts for Suicide Squad. People liked it. Me and Dylan did not. Alexander did not. If you want to go check out his review on his channel,
The critics did not. The critics
did
haven't
not.
had one. It's lower than BVS.
which is shocking. I mean, I get it because it's not a better movie than BVS, and I don't like BVS, but it's not a better movie than that. Not even close.
But number two at the box office. To move on from
number two at the box office was Jason Bourne, 22.7 million. I haven't seen this. You said you just watched this?
Yeah, I watched all 4 Matt Damon Bourne movies in like 30 hours.
How was it?
Because I hadn't seen any of them, and I love the original trilogy.
Okay.
I would rate them 4 out of 5, 4.75 out of 5, 4.5 out of 5, probably.
So the third one is in the middle for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
My favorite one.
I like the third one.
My favorite one's the second one.
Mine is the third one, but yeah, cool.
Yeah. But like, I loved all of them, and then I saw Jason Bourne, and I was like, the action's really good. It has one of the best Bourne action sequences in any of the movies. I haven't seen Jeremy the Legacy one yet, but in terms of like, there's this sequence in I think during like the Greek riots. It's incredible, and it's like 10 minutes long, and I'm like, this is really well done. All the action in that movie's good. All the plot in that movie, oh my god, it makes no sense.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Like
the plot
literally everything that happens, you're like, okay. Now, if Jason Bourne was a James Bond movie, it would be a very good movie.
Really? That's
because what hurts the Jason Bourne with the new one is that the Bourne trilogy, one of the best parts of it is the realism and how everything makes sense. And you're like, oh, that makes sense. Jason Bourne doesn't make mistakes. He makes mistakes in the new one. And I'm like, no, Jason Bourne wouldn't do that. And oh my, nothing. The movie makes no goddamn sense at all. Some things are like they pull to try to do emotional heartstrings and doesn't work. The action's really good, so I'd say because this summer's been so shitty, go see Jason Bourne. It's the best blockbuster out there.
This summer's been shitty for blockbuster movies because for indie movies, there's a lot of pretty good indie movies out there.
But blockbusters, it's been garbage. But Jason Bourne is a solid spy film, a bad Bourne film.
What would you give it on a rating out of 10? Just curious.
Like a 3.25.
I don't know, out of 10. I said out of 10.
Oh, out of 10? Well, then you just
like
double that.
Like a 6.4? 6.5 around there? All right. I heard the same things. I heard that they kind of recycle things that they've already done in the other ones. And there was also interviews where...
Especially when you watched all 4 of them in 30 hours.
You're like,
it gets a little repetitive.
Yeah. So, and I've also heard that some of them there was like in interviews or behind the scenes stuff, it just seemed like the director and Matt Damon just weren't in it. Like they weren't giving it their all or something. So I don't know.
I
Just
think that Paul Greengrass did give it his all because the action sequences are great.
mhm.
And I think
Who
Matt Damon
did he
tried. I
wrote?
think it's
Did he
more
write?
that
Did
Gilroy
Greengrass write the
didn't write
movie?
this one. Greengrass did,
Oh, he did. Okay.
and the script doesn't make sense, and it's really bad.
All right. Coming
Vikander
out.
is good. To- Tommy
What?
Lee Jones is good. The guy who's from Nightcrawler, I think, was really good. All the other performances are
Is
good.
Vikander pretty good too?
Yes, yeah, she was good.
All right.
I liked her in it.
Coming in at number 3, we have Bad Moms, made 14.2 million. I actually heard this movie's actually not bad and actually decent and pretty. Actually, I heard it's
I'm gonna
good.
see it this week,
Yeah,
probably.
I will be checking that out. Probably when it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD. Number 4, The Secret Life of Pets, 11.6 million.
Haven't seen it
I
yet.
haven't seen that. And then coming at number 5 is Star Trek Beyond, which made 10.2 million.
And number 6,
Number
though.
6 is a film that you saw, which made 6.5 million, and that is Nine Lives. Now, I've heard about Nine Lives, and I've heard it's one of the worst movies ever made. Dylan,
It's
you know you like some bad movies because they're funny. So,
it. I'd be lying to say if I didn't laugh during this movie. Does that
intentional
make
laughter.
it good? No, no. It is. It's an atrocious film. And if I've never seen an actor care less than Kevin Spacey in this movie. And one thing that really annoys me is that you have a talking cat, right?
Yeah.
There's parts where the cat's talking and the lips don't move.
Oh, wow, really?
Like almost the entire time, they were too lazy to CGI the cat lips moving.
I don't know what the budget is on this, but I don't know. I heard this is one of the worst.
It's probably
ones.
like $15 million or
And
something.
10 went to
They-
Spacey.
Yeah, they paid $10 million for Kevin Spacey. But there is some crazy shit that happens in this movie. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I'm like, they really just went for the bottom of the barrel to pad this to 90 minutes.
Hey, man.
Because, oh my god. That, like, basically, just go watch the Chris Stuckman review. He goes over how awful it is, and then he gets a spoiler section where he talks about all the awful things that happen. I went and not watched that review. I couldn't believe what I was watching. It's the worst movie I've seen all year, easily.
Oh, really?
It's terrible. Yeah, it is not a good movie at all. It's insane. I was gonna say something. I forgot what I was gonna say, but it's not good. Don't go see it. Oh, I know. I remember. I mainly only watched this because I asked my friend jokingly if he wanted to go see Nine Lives because I work at a movie theater, it would be free.
Mm-hmm.
He just heard free movie and he said yes, not knowing what the movie was about. So looking at his reaction when Kevin Spacey turns into a cat, he literally was like, "Oh God, oh, damn it!"
This is a movie that when I saw I saw the trailer, I thought it was like a spoof, like a fake thing. When I straight up, I was like, oh, this is like a spoof. Like they're making fun of like old school '90s movies about animals. I'm like, oh, like, and then it turned out to be a real movie, and I was like, and I kept thinking, like, I'm like, there's quality actors in this movie.
It's not self-aware,
but there's like there's 3 quality actors in this movie, like good actors. Spacey, Walken, Garner, right? She's the wife in this movie.
Yeah, she was good.
I'm like, there's people in this movie, so it's weird.
For Walken, very good. He was just playing himself. Let's be honest.
That's awesome. All right, so let's talk about what's coming out this week, and then we'll hop into we'll talk about Suicide Squad for maybe.
Nerve.
Oh wait, where's that? Oh,
It's
all right.
Nerve
yeah.
at number 8.
So you actually saw Nerve.
I saw Nerve.
I heard Nerve. I heard Nerve isn't that bad.
I walked out of it and I was like, that wasn't. I mean, I kind of liked it. It was okay. Some stuff I was like, that's really dumb. But it's a nice little thriller. Like if I watched it on Netflix if I was bored, I'd be like, that was pretty good. The cinematography is actually strangely impressive.
I mean,
Like there's multiple shots and I'm like, that's a really creative shot. That doesn't really take you out. I only noticed it because I want to be like a filmmaker. So I was like, oh, that's a really cool like shot, the angle that he used.
yeah.
And I think I like Nerve a lot more because the week later I watched Suicide Squad and Nine Lives. And like it got to the point where I'm working at my theater and people asking what movies are good. I'm like, well, Nerve was
So,
fine.
did you ever watch the movie That what's that found footage time travel movie? Project.
Project Almanac.
Yeah. So when I
I
watched that movie, I enjoyed that movie. It's not like a great movie, but I had fun with it. And from what I was hearing from Nerve, I'm like, I wonder if that's how I feel if I watch Nerve, where it's like
think you would like it.
it's a solid movie, nothing spectacular, but it's still decent. Like it's fun, it's fine.
It's a really small movie. Like everything takes place in one day.
Okay.
When the movie starts off, you're like, is is this gonna be Unfriended again?
Oh man, people like that movie
But
too,
it's
though. So
not.
I don't
It's
know.
not. It's actually like it's fine. It's a pretty decent film.
All
Dave
right.
Franco's good. Emma Roberts is
Wait.
good.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Okay.
Debbie Ryan's in the movie. And she's fine.
She's like, good, good,
She's
fine.
fine. It was like it's a solid like thriller.
All right.
Like I wouldn't recommend go seeing it. I know you have Movie Pass, so it's just costing you your time and not actually your
Yeah, and
money.
trust me, there's way more movies that I gotta watch before I probably. No, I mean not really. Actually, no. Like,
I mean, Nerve is better. Nerve's better than Suicide Squad. Nerve is worse than Star Trek, and it's probably like on the same level as Jason Bourne.
yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, I still have to see both of those. So I don't know. I feel like I might want to wait
You
for.
should see Star Trek
Yeah,
though.
I want to see Star Trek.
Star Trek was actually a good movie.
I feel like I might want to wait for Bourne until it comes out on Blu-ray though. I don't know. All right. So let's talk about what's coming out this week, and then we'll talk for like 5 or 10 minutes about spoiler stuff about Suicide Squad. I just had questions.
The hell it was.
Yeah. All right. So when it comes to what's coming out this week's a really good week. Like this is probably one of the best weekends for movies and probably since Civil War. Because there's 3 movies that I legit want to watch straight up. So we have Sausage Party, which right now has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I heard is actually really good, funny.
I'm
Um,
seeing that tonight,
oh
so my
sweet,
review will be up tonight or like tomorrow morning, depending on when I get to film it.
sweet. Then we have Pete's Dragon, which I heard is like really good and probably one of the best family movies of the year. So definitely want to see that. Like I know Pete's Dragon from the 1970s or 60s or whatever the hell musical that I watched a long time ago. And I love that movie because when I was little I watched it. Very different than this one. This one's going more for action adventure than a musical comedy that the other one was. So I definitely want to see that. And the other one that I saw the trailer for a while ago is Hell or High Water, which stars Chris
Chris
Pine
Bryant.
and Ben Foster. Is that right? And also Jeff Bridges? Yeah. So I saw this trailer. This trailer looks badass. It looks awesome. It looks super fun. Right now it has 100% on Rotten Tomato. 16 critics have reviewed it, so it's looking really good. I want this to be one of those like on-demand releases at the same time because if it's not that, then what's gonna end up happening is that it's not gonna come to my town for a while, and then I'm gonna forget about it, and then I'm gonna get mad. So I want it to be like on-day release kind of thing. So those are the ones I want to see. How about you? I mean, you're watching Sausage Party tonight. Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I love the first trailer.
Okay.
I've seen both trailers. I guess like I watched the Green Band one in theaters because I was just watching a movie and it came on. I'm really excited for this. It looks really funny. I watched John Campia's review and he said that parts of it really work, parts of it don't work, and it becomes repetitive. And I'm like, I'm a little worried about that. But I don't know. Like I just want to go laugh and see some like dick jokes.
I mean, I saw so Seth Rogen was on Screen Junkies this week.
Oh yeah.
So I watched that, and I don't know. I mean, he talked about like how this is almost 100% the movie that they wanted to make. Almost everything, like almost nothing got on the cutting room floor for the movie. So this is their
That's
movie.
cool.
So how about Pete's
Cool.
Dragon? You excited about that?
I'm. This is my most anticipated movie of this weekend
Really?
because I feel like this is what I wanted the BFG to be because it feels like this is
Yeah.
like classic Spielberg
Yeah.
mixed with the Disney brand. And BFG was not a good movie, but this has good reviews. It looks like it's going to be really good. And like both trailers I watched blew me away.
Yeah. They're like,
I'm like, these are damn good trailers. I hope this movie does well. I don't think it's tracking very well. I think it might do
I
like
don't think it is
35
either.
million.
I just
maybe.
don't think people like okay, I'm not gonna, like the marketing for this movie has not been fantastic. I watch a lot of TV shows and stuff. I mean, I haven't been watching it lately, but like I don't hear a lot of people talking about this online, and I don't see a lot of like
Yeah,
commercials for it. So I don't know if the marketing for this movie has been great.
I'm really excited to see it.
I mean, I want to see it really bad.
I I know that Clark Wolf didn't like it.
Oh damn, that
But like
sucks.
every but she still said she cried during the movie, which confuses me because I feel like if you got invested enough to cry,
Interesting.
you probably should like it.
How
But I don't
about
know.
how about Hell
It's
or High
interesting.
Water? Have you seen that trailer?
I saw the trailer. I didn't really care for the trailer,
Okay.
but I'm excited to see the movie just because it has good
It has great.
reviews.
I mean, great actors, good reviews. I mean,
I'm also excited to see Florence Foster Jenkins,
the hell is? Oh, that.
which it's about
Hey,
like
it's Meryl
Meryl
Streep. Should
Streep
be
is
nominated.
a singer, and like but she's awful, but she's like lived her whole life with like that's her passion, and people like just lie to her and say she's a good singer, and apparently got like good reviews at Sundance or whatever.
92%
And
right
like
now.
yeah, I watched the trailer and I'm like, it looks like it might be like a generic good indie movie, which I'm totally fine paying to see. So I mean, I'm gonna check that out after the other three,
Okay.
but I'm still gonna try to see it.
Mel Gibson has a movie that comes out this week called Bloodfather. So
Yeah, I have no
that's
idea what it's
something.
about.
I think I saw the trailer for that a while ago. Maybe that means 88% right now. So
It,
that's
it,
good.
it's only 8 reviews,
Oh, damn.
but seven of them are positive.
All right. So, Dylan. So, we're about to talk some Suicide Squad stuff real quick. Maybe for about 10 minutes. We're about to talk. I don't want to talk any more longer than that, honestly. I just got some issues and questions, honestly. Um, so we're gonna talk Suicide Squad. I'm gonna put up a picture of Suicide Squad that way people know. Suicide Squad. That way people know that we're talking Suicide Squad. I'll put like images or something. All right. So we're talking Suicide Squad, Dylan. I have some questions, Mr. BVS, Mr. Man of Steel. When does this movie take place?
This takes place after BVS,
Okay, right after, correctly? Like pretty close.
probably like a month or so. Yeah.
So not Justice League is not formed yet, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so there's parts in this movie which I'm confused about when.
Are you talking about the Flash cameo?
Yes.
It's confirmed that that wasn't the suit that Ben Affleck or that Batman gives him. That's the suit that he made with a 3D printer.
Man, it looks really similar to the suit
Nope.
that he's wearing in BVS, and that's Justice League trailer.
No, no, that is that. And then at the end of Justice League, he's rumored to have like a new suit that will be like that won't be like all wiry.
Okay, interesting.
That's why the new one kind of looks like unfinished. That's because he just made it with a 3D printer, like in his like weird garage.
Oh, all right. That's the one thing I was confused about. I was like, and okay, so then the Amanda Waller thing at the end, right?
That makes no goddamn
Yeah,
sense.
because I thought if it's right after BVS, Batman already knows who everybody is. So why does he need the files?
I mean, I brought it to my friend, and he said that he might just want all the information possible because it wasn't just the people in the like LexCorp email attachment. It was also that sentence is so dumb. But that it's also but like it had like Enchantress and like some of the villains
Mhm.
as well. But I'm also like, why doesn't he just go through like Commissioner? I guess Commissioner Gordon wouldn't have that clearance considering Amanda Waller like fucking
Yeah,
like shot people that knew that
yeah.
during the
That scene
movie.
was fucking dumb.
Oh, it's so
That
dumb.
scene was so dumb. Like, what was their motivation for that?
It was because they didn't have clearance for that information.
But what the fuck does that like? What does that matter? I was so like, oh my god, that was so dumb. Um, so then there were some other things. What else? What else bothered me? The joke. I liked the Joker for the most part. Like he
I
played.
liked
It
him. I
was
didn't
like
like.
a gangster Joker. I mean, he was fine.
Yeah, I liked Jared Leto's portrayal of the Joker. I didn't like David Ayer's version of the Joker, which had
What do
him
you
be
mean?
dependent on Harley and Harley dependent on
Yeah.
the Joker.
No. Okay.
When
No.
they
No.
should be two individual people that just like come together and the Joker's just a huge abusive asshole.
Okay. So the thing is like, okay. So they needed. Okay. So Harley Quinn is like supposed to be like so in love with the Joker, and he just abuses her, makes her feel like crap, but she still
She's
loves
also
him.
supposed to be really smart. She's neither of those things in this movie.
And the comic books, I mean, Harley Quinn is a smart ass. I don't know if she's really smart, but yeah, but here she's supposed to be smart. But then we're supposed to get the implication that she went nuts, and that's why she's not as smart as she used to be, and whatever.
Hmm.
But we don't. I don't know. Like, again, there's fun parts of this movie, like really fun parts, like, and then there's just parts that are just god awful. Is there anything like that really bothered you in the movie, like something that like really bothered you that was happening?
Um, it really bothered me how Captain Boomerang just like though it was really funny when he left her in the bar sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's perfect. And then he just comes back like a minute later.
And he's like,
And
"Oh,
and
we're good now."
yeah, and people are like, that's because he's a boomerang. That is the dumbest goddamn excuse I've ever heard in my life.
Oh,
No.
seriously, that was what people
He
were
is
saying.
a criminal that the entire movie has just wanted to escape and does not care about anybody else. And for no reason, the reason were because they reshot it.
Yeah,
He
some
decided
of the
to go join the
reshoots,
team again?
some of the things, some of the scenes, you're like, "Oh, that didn't." Like, if you're looking for a coherent flow, like movie that flows, there's scenes where you're like, "Oh, that had to be a reshoot because that doesn't make any sense right here." Like,
Also, like, Scott Eastwood, why is he in the movie?
yeah, I thought he was gonna be like Nightwing or some awesome ass
Nightwing or
character.
Deathstroke?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, that'd be cool as fuck." Nope, he's fucking nobody.
He's a soldier that dies.
Yes.
And why, why don't they just have Killer Croc go get the bomb? Give him something to do. He just does some weird run
Yeah,
into the water,
that
and
weird.
then he's not even seen in the under the water.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. This movie
Diablo had a pretty good thing.
Diablo was fine,
They
but I
kept
don't
they kept
understand
showing his backstory a couple times, which I was like, why do we keep having to see this shit? Like his whole
what
explosion.
happened to his wife.
Oh
Like
yeah,
everything else is burned,
yeah,
and
and then
she's
she's
not,
not burned.
she just like turns to ashes. I'm like, that's not how somebody dies from fire.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry, DC Comics.
I mean,
They
no,
would
I
not
mean
be completely unscarred and then just like and it's like burn up.
that doesn't bother me as much because I'm like, all right, in a comic book, maybe it would go like that, so fine. But the problem with this movie is that it tries to balance comic book crazy with real crazy, and it doesn't do a good job of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you go over the top, like Batman and Robin, yeah, the movie's bad, but it's like trying to be so goofy, nobody cares. Or you go like The Dark Knight and try to be so real, you know what I mean? This movie tried to balance, right? And this proves that, yes, David Ayer is saying that this is his cut of the movie. He is fucking lying. He is
Oh
lying.
no
He
way!
is
Yeah, he's crap.
lying. No, but he is saying that this is his movie. This is
Yeah,
what he
I
wants.
know.
He is lying out of his ass because
He's trying
he,
not to
yeah,
be the next Josh Trank
yeah.
and actually have a career after this. Although he is because he's signed on for Bright or Blight, whatever it's called, the Max Landis
Oh, Netflix
Will
movie.
Smith movie.
Yeah, that movie. So this movie, because people, so like 2 months ago, people saw cuts of this movie, like
Hmm.
of Suicide Squad. Everybody that said that they saw that movie said that this isn't the movie they saw. So what movie
Yeah.
was that?
Well, that was so they were test screening. The Hollywood Reporter said two cuts. I listened to John Campea podcast, and him and John Schnepp both said that they heard that they were testing three cuts.
Schnepp said that today on the movie on the
Talk.
movie talk. He said that he heard there's three cuts of this movie. One is Ayers, one is
One's the air, one's
one's
the mix,
trailer.
and one's the MTV ripoff
Yeah,
trailer
the
cut.
one that we got pretty much what it feels like.
And I want to see David Ayer's cut because I like Fury. And
Oh
he
no,
was,
dude! I
and I
100%.
watched that Comic-Con trailer again after watching the movie, and I'm like, this is the tone I want it to be.
Yeah, so okay, so for BVS, I didn't really care about a cut. I want to see David Ayer's cut because I want to see if his cut, his like real cut, like his director's cut of this movie has like 15 random fucking songs in it. Because if you've watched
No way,
any of
Chris.
David Ayer's movies, this feels like fucking none of them. Not even close. And Kevin Smith reviewed the movie, and he praised David Ayer for this movie, and he praised that all of David Ayer's movies feel different. No, they don't. They don't feel that different to me when I watch David Ayer movies. End of Watch is a gritty, realistic take on cops. Awesome. He wrote Training Day, a realistic take on a dirty cop. Like, they all have a similar feel. Harsh Time, like they're all dark. Fury feels like a realistic take on what war was really like in a tank. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I didn't love Fury. I think Fury is really good, but I didn't love Fury. But when you watch Suicide Squad, it's one of those where you're like, there's no way in hell he edited this. Like, there's just no way. This just it can't be. And the rumors coming out that like the people that cut the trailer cut this movie, which I don't think has been like said it's true yet, but it's a rumor. Watching the
No,
movie,
the Hollywood Reporter said that was what happened. It wasn't just like the blog sphere.
uh,
So I'm gonna trust that's what
yeah,
happened
and watching the movie, you're
because
like,
it feels like that.
it feels like a trailer. It feels like a bunch of just trailers. It's almost like it got such a positive reaction from the second trailer, which was like the music one with the
Bohemian
Rhapsody, yeah,
Rhapsody,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
which is a fantastic trailer.
Yeah, so maybe they were like, oh, the fans like this kind of trailer, so let's make a movie that just has constant songs in it, and for every time somebody shows up, we'll just put a random ass song in it, and for those people in between the movies, like Katana, we'll just have her board a plane. Oh, guys, she's here, and half the team doesn't know who the fuck she is.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
it's really bad.
her sword can kill souls, even though she doesn't do it. And honestly, so I know that. How do you feel about Kara, whatever how you say her last name?
Cara Delevingne.
So we saw Paper Towns together. Like, we saw Paper Towns. Like you saw it. You
Yeah,
liked it more than me. I thought it was just okay. Um,
I
but
liked it.
but
I watched it a
she's
second time and I was like, it's fine.
yeah, it's just fine. Um, I've seen her in other things, but I can't remember. She seems like a decent actress. What they had her do in this movie was some of the worst
That dancing?
CGI green screen bullshit. Like it was really bad. And then the actor who played her brother came out and he talked about like, oh, he has a backstory too. And I'm like, what? Like nothing of what these actors are saying is 100% true. And I mean, like, we can hop into what the rumors are if you want to. Like, just keep going with the rumors of what, because that was some of the news that I had.
Uh,
So not rumors, but just news. Like
yeah, sure.
one is that was off like it's like it was actual proven. Zack Snyder directed a scene from Suicide Squad. His scene did not bother me.
I don't even understand why this was such a big
Yeah,
story.
it didn't even.
He literally shot a minute.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense for it to be a
That
story.
could have been easily cut from the movie,
And also,
but
why?
it was a fine scene. You're like, oh, cool. Ezra Miller shows up.
Hey, but anybody could have directed this scene. But like, it was it reminded me of when Joss Whedon came on to do some stuff for Thor: The Dark World, which it was like, oh, what did he really do? I guess he directed a few scenes. Like, okay, fine, I guess. And it was like it was the scenes that were supposed to connect it to the rest of the universe. But people are blowing this up like to make it like this wasn't a problem to me. Like, oh, this was nothing. Like this 1 minute cameo, sure, felt kind of out of place.
It
But
also like it makes complete sense considering they were shooting Justice League. Just shoot that one scene for in like an hour,
yeah,
and then just put it in the movie. David Ayer doesn't need to fly out to London to shoot that cameo.
yeah, I don't know why they made it they made like the studio made it into this big thing. I'm like, what? What?
I
Okay.
don't think it was studio. No, what I think it was like it was during the junket. Somebody said, oh yeah, Zack shot that scene," and then the blogosphere is like, "Oh, we're gonna make this some huge news story," and it's like, "Oh my, oh, you directed a scene? Which one? Oh, the Flash cameo that was like 30 seconds a minute long. Okay,
Yeah. Then the other bit of the other story that we got was Jared Leto said that he shot enough Joker material for a Joker standalone movie, and that he was actually very disappointed in the lack of screen time that he had in the film. Like he said, he shot like over like enough to make like an hour and a half movie, but they only used 10 minutes of it. And he vocally said this on a BBC radio live when he was talking in an interview, which makes me feel like if you shoot that much of the Joker, right? How does it not? How does only 10 minutes of it make it into the movie? Like, it doesn't make. It almost makes it feel like the Joker had a bigger part of the movie because you don't shoot.
he definitely did
You don't
because
shoot an
there's
hour
a
and a
shot in the
half.
trailer of him with a grenade and the scarred face, which is probably from
Oh,
a scene in
dude,
the movie.
I forgot when he has the tuxedo on. Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot
and
that
then
shit wasn't in the movie.
that was probably when he was coming back at the end of the film, and they cut that out of the because most of the reshoots was the final action scene.
Yeah, and there was some scenes that were cut from when Harley fell into that pit. Like there was a couple of things that were just weird. I don't know. It's very odd because like, are we? Because David Ayer says that there's only 10 minutes of deleted scenes, but from what it sounds like there's way more.
Yeah, there was the whole Joker Harley scene where where Harley pulls a gun on him and then Joker sweet talks her and then smacks her.
Yeah, and then where's
Like that
yeah,
should be in the movie.
and also the I can't wait to
Okay, it
show you.
technically is. They have shots of that scene in the movie
I,
during the scene where Joker's just like, "I'm gonna hurt you really, really bad."
but they cut out the part where
But
he's like, where he tells the guy that whole scene with the guy where I can't
oh
wait to
yeah,
show you my toys. What the fuck? That was an
yeah,
awesome scene.
yeah,
They cut that shit out. It's so weird. Like, I don't understand what they were trying to go for with cutting out so much, and all those scenes. Like, from watching the trailer, I heard rumors that Kara was gonna be the villain or whatever. But like watching the scenes, I was like, man, Joker would have been the best villain for the Suicide Squad to take on.
mhm,
Like, Harley's under arrest or whatever. She's part of the Suicide Squad. He doesn't want her there because he loves her so much. That could have been a really cool story, but instead it's like the Suicide Squad is the cause of the problem. It's weird. It's very weird. So I want to see a director's cut of this movie. I want to see Jared Leto scenes, and I want to know why it happened. Also, like Jared Leto said, he got into this character and he lost his mind into this character. But then you watch the movie and you're like, this is what you were like losing your mind and sending people dead rats for?
yeah.
Really?
It was.
It
Yeah,
also
this movie is really bad.
it also says here that he
I'm.
lobbied for a rated R movie where he like wanted it to be rated R and the studio
Oh
wouldn't let
well,
it.
oh well. The creatively speaking, the movie would have been better with an R rating.
Could have been. I don't know. It's just very,
Would Was that a smart move for from a financial standpoint? No. And although this movie's making a ton of money, this movie needs to make $750 million
that's
to
what
break
they're
even,
saying. I don't know
according
if
to the Hollywood
that's
Reporter,
what yeah,
because
that's what
of
they're
the
saying.
marketing cost and the extensive reshooting cost.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And I'm like,
Because the original cost for the
damn.
movie was 160, right?
Yeah, and then they probably spend another like, I'm just doing my math. I have nothing
Like
based on maybe
40,
like
30
40
million.
million
Yeah, I would
on
say 40.
reshoots, and then like 200 million marketing the film at least.
Yeah.
Like this movie needs to do as good as BVS basically.
I'm curious to what the drop off is going to be next week.
Oh, I
If
think it's gonna be like 65%.
you think so? I don't because more people have come out saying they like this movie than BVS though. So that's why I'm like I'm not sure if they're gonna have like that big of a drop off.
Warren had a 61% drop. I think it'll be about just like a little bit less than what BVS had. BVS had like a 69% drop.
All right. All right. So moving on from that, today, the Wrap got an exclusive story that the Man of Steel sequel has been put into the works or is in development, active development.
Did they say who's directing?
Oh wait, that is
I
really
don't think so.
no. They
I think
haven't.
it's just that they're developing it, and they said that they want to, that they're making sure that this time they get Superman's character correct, which
So
makes sense.
okay, so honestly, after seeing Suicide Squad and BVS, Man of Steel is my favorite of the movies of all of them. And I didn't even like.
Well,
I gave Man of Steel like a 3.5, and I would give it like a 3. Like it's me, it's like right there.
out of 5.
Yeah, out of 5.
Just
Out
to
of 5,
clarify,
sorry.
because you
Yeah.
were using out of 10 scale earlier,
Yeah.
and I'm like it's not a 3 out of 10 movie. Gotcha.
Yeah. No, it's a 3 out
So-
of
so-
3 out of
like-
5, 6 out of 10. I think it's positive on the tomato meter. I hate it for different reasons, but as a movie, I think it works. But now I'm worried because I feel like they set a tone with Man of Steel that I feel like after everything that's happened that they're gonna try to change the tone and it's gonna mess up something. I don't know. I have a feeling that 2 is not gonna be good. Like not gonna be as good as the first one. I have a feeling.
No, well, I mean, I love Man of Steel, but I think that this could really be a good movie.
You think so? But like you're not worried that all the
Well, okay, so Man of Steel is or not Man of Steel. Superman's gonna come back in Justice League. Spoiler
yeah,
alert.
clearly. I mean, anybody that doesn't know that.
Zack Snyder said so at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
He's in the picture.
Yeah.
He's coming back. And I think that when he comes back, that's going to be the Superman from the comics that everyone's been wanting to see.
He's gonna come back super nice. Like super
Like,
peppy.
He's kind of smiling in the comic book,
yeah,
and
yeah, I get it.
there's been shades of that. It's just like he's in the Stark Tower universe, and Zack Snyder more went with with his creative choice went for like an Elseworld alien story more than just
yeah,
Superman
and that's
movie. I think we're gonna get that now.
there are comic book stories where Superman is like a regular just darker emo kind of guy, but it's almost like Zack Snyder took him too far a little bit. If he reins him in a little bit, like not like to what
I also
Christopher.
don't think Snyder's going to direct this one.
Oh really?
I think Snyder will probably do Justice League 2, assuming the first one like gets well received, which is a big if at this point.
Yeah.
But if that one's well received, he'll be signed on for Justice League Part 2.
So
And I
okay,
remember
the
like two
original
years
rumors were
ago,
George
or like
Miller,
a
right?
year. What?
The original rumors were George Miller, right, for this one?
Yeah.
You think
And
that's still
George
gonna be
Miller
the?
said that he wanted to do a smaller film before he went on to do another big film. George Miller could, if he wants to, could come do this. And he could do a great movie,
Yeah,
or they can get like Duncan Jones.
right now it's just in development, so this is script writing
Some
stuff like that.
Or they could get the guy who did Kong Skull Island. If that movie ends up being good, they could get him to do Man of Steel
Yeah, because we
too.
still have before this movie, we still have Flash, Aquaman, and Justice League, so
Well,
and
yeah,
Wonder Woman.
but
So
we don't know when this movie's coming out. DC does have two unscheduled, or Warner Brothers has two untitled DC film release dates in October 5th, 2018, November 5th, 2019. I think the 2018 date will be the Batman film.
hmm
I think Man of Steel 2 will be November 1st, 2019.
wasn't the Flash coming out 2018
2018.
and Aquaman
2018, I
as well?
think.
Okay,
Those are two 2018 ones. The two 2017 ones are Wonder Woman and Justice League.
I wonder they're gonna go with Brainiac, right? You think? Makes sense.
Probably.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, the Zada, though, like I don't know.
Or they could do something with Luther again, but I think they kind of like ruined that path.
What do you do?
And
You,
like,
do
I
you
like
think? Do you think they do something with Luther where because they clearly say that Jesse Eisenberg is the son? Do you think that they somehow introduce like
they
actual
could
look like Luther never died or something and he comes back or I don't know. Just to, like
maybe.
have like a more traditional Luther because I think if we had a more traditional Lex Luthor, people would forgive Jesse Eisenberg's whatever the hell he is. Like, oh well, this is just a crazy son, and with a father like that,
Which is how I saw it.
yeah,
So
but
that's why I liked
it's
it.
how it's
'Cause
how
I'm like, oh, he's just this like generic like asshole. I think it's actually really interesting because I know people who are like that.
yeah.
I've
Well,
met people like
what
that.
did
Like, what happens if you have that guy being raised as if he's at the second coming of Christ,
the
but he hates God?
what is it that the Screen Junkies did on their Honest trailer? They called him Max Landis. I thought that shit was
Yeah, it
funny
was
as
really
fuck.
funny.
Yeah. So I'm as crazy as it sounds. As crazy as this sounds, all right. I have some hope for Justice League, and I have some hope for Man of Steel still, and I have hope for Wonder Woman. If Wonder Woman sucks,
Watch.
if Wonder Woman sucks, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be like angry, dude. Like angry. All right, what else we got here? Let's see. All right, we'll just. This is some simple news. Here. The Division has finally announced who the two main actors are going to be. The Division is a video game that's being turned into a film, of course. And
Oh,
they finally announced that Jake Gyllenhaal and Jessica Chastain are going to be the two leads. Um,
well, Gyllenhaal was confirmed a few months ago,
oh, really?
and
I thought.
Chastain was added to the project, but we don't know anything else about it. I
Well,
think.
it says Ubisoft has confirmed that these two that they're
Oh,
signed on. So, the Division,
I heard it wasn't very good. I
it's
looked at the
not.
gameplay and I didn't really care for it. I'm like, everyone's losing their minds at E3, and I'm like, this looks
No, no,
generic
no.
and
I
boring. It's not.
was at E3. I was hyped. I was so hyped because of what I thought it was going to be, and what it was not. So, there's no. This is just a disease movie more than anything. I'm surprised Ubisoft decided to go with this one over any of their other things like Ghost Freak. Any of like Splinter Cell would be a better one to try to push forward or something like that. But getting Gyllenhaal,
I
getting
want to see that
Chastain,
Splinter Cell film with Tom Hardy
man,
and Doug Liman.
that's
Is
just
it ever
fucking
gonna happen?
that's just not happening, man. That's just gone. They haven't said anything, but like Jessica Chastain and Gyllenhaal being in this movie get me hyped. But Gyllenhaal has Prince of Persia, and Chastain just came out of Winter's War, so hopefully this is a good movie. I don't know who's directing this one. Do they say who directed this one?
I don't think so. I think they just have
Uh,
actors attached.
yeah, the movie's still in production, so we'll find out from that. Let's see what we got here. Michael, there was a Space Jam story that happened recently. So it says Michael Jordan wants his NBA player to star in Space Jam 2 to be Blake Griffin instead of LeBron James. This is from an Instagram post from let me see.
He was asked about it, and he said, "Oh, I think Blake Griffin should be the lead in it,
Yeah.
which I disagree with that. I think Blake Griffin should be in the movie because Blake Griffin's really funny,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of his off the court antics are like genuinely hilarious, and he's definitely already been in commercials, one of the biggest stars in the league.
Well, plus it
But
makes
LeBron
sense.
James should head up this film.
But it makes sense because if anybody that watched the original Space Jam, they get at the way that the monsters find who they want to be. It makes sense if one of the monsters is looking at Blake Griffin and what he does. You're like, ooh, I want to be that guy, and then you steal his powers. It makes sense. Blake Griffin's like a fucking jumps at the gym, like he's insane.
Yeah, but LeBron James is like the most athletic player in NBA history, close to it.
No, I'm saying I agree with your point where he should be in the movie. Like the monsters
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
when
He should
they're
definitely be in the movie.
when the monsters are because you seen Space Jam, right?
No, but I know like what
well,
happens.
well, in Space Jam, I mean, the monsters go into the real world and find who they want to be. So I'm saying,
Okay.
like, LeBron is going to be the good guy with the people, but like the monsters that steal the powers, if when they're looking at NBA players, you see Blake Griffin and you're like, oh yeah, this guy does a lot of cool shit. You see like Durant, so that like what I
Have
mean?
you ever seen Blake Griffin doing his best Austin Rivers impression?
No, I don't
It
know.
is hilarious.
What is it?
He,
I don't even know. I didn't even know
so
Austin Rivers does anything.
well, so it's Blake Griffin dribbling a ball in an open gym, and Austin Rivers is like recording him, and he's just like, no, 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 I got this, I got this, I got this, and he does some shitty dribble move and just throws it over the backboard, and then starts complaining to the ref.
Oh no, I haven't seen that.
I was laughing so hard because Austin Rivers is like, oh, no, somebody, I think JJ Redick recorded it. Austin Rivers is in frame and he's doing it right in front of him and just shitting on his teammate
That's funny.
and the coach's son. It's really funny.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm looking forward to this. This is being made by Justin Lin. So Star Trek Beyond was good. The Fast and the Furious films that he's done are pretty good. So this could be fun. All right. Well, next we have here. It was announced that we're gonna get the Star Wars Rogue One trailer this week on August 11th, which is during the Olympics. Have you been watching the Olympics? I've been watching them. I watched
I'm
swimming.
gonna watch the Olympics.
I watched.
I've
all
been
of
watching
swimming.
basketball. I'm excited to watch Team USA once this podcast is done.
I've been watching a lot of Olympics. Like I watched all of the swimming, everything. Like all last night, the gymnastics. Watching the basketball is just not fun for me because it's just Team USA shitting on everybody else. Like this is not fun.
The other games are really good though.
No, I watched
like,
Spain versus.
Croatia this morning.
Yeah, I watched that. No, that was yesterday.
No, it was today.
No, I watched Spain. What did Spain just play? Spain played somebody yesterday.
Spain played Croatia this morning, and then
No, but they played.
Dario Saric saved the game by blocking Pau Gasol at the rim.
Who did
in the
Spain
last
play
big game.
yesterday though? I watched Spain on TV yesterday, unless it was a repeat.
I'm not
game.
sure.
But I saw Brazil versus somebody and Barbosa, and when Barbosa and Nene are still your like main guys, I was like, oh my god, they're like
Okay.
they're older.
Well, yeah. Look at every single roster, and there's all a bunch of old people,
Like,
and then
yeah,
like Team
even
USA is just like summer camp for like the best players in the world.
Like Spain has the Gasol brothers still. Well, I don't know if Paul was there, but I saw Mark. And Rubio was there.
Rudy's 31. It's insane.
Rudy who?
Rudy Fernandez on Spain.
Yeah,
he's 31 years old now.
It sucks that he's not in the league anymore, and he left
Yeah.
because of the whole.
It was the back injury
Yeah.
like made him, because before the back injury he was probably like, he wasn't like a great player, but he was a really good role player, and he was be able to have, and he could probably be like a fifth, sixth option on like a championship team before that.
I like Rudy
And now
Fernandez.
he's not even in the league.
Rudy
He could be
Fernandez had elements of Manu for me a lot, where it's like he went all out, like he went all out. He put his
He had
body on the
some,
line.
he was nowhere near as good.
No,
but
no.
he had some passes that were like, holy shit.
Yeah,
He was so much fun.
Rubio
Blazers.
had a really good season. So, but yeah, so
Yeah.
Star Wars Rogue One trailer. I'm assuming this is the trailer that everybody saw at Comic-Con. So I'm
I don't think it's gonna. You mean Celebration?
No, the one we just saw, the one that everybody saw at Comic-Con.
There wasn't one at Comic Con for Rogue One.
Which one is the one that at the end they saw?
That was at Celebration.
Oh,
It was
that
a minute long, and I don't think we're seeing that one. I think we'll see that shot, but I think that we're gonna have a full on trailer,
2.5 minute
and
trailer.
not a minute teaser.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, nobody knows what day, but I'm assuming it's gonna be during prime time during the Olympics because I think that's the last day for the Olympics is the 11th, right? I believe. Yep. So
No, it has to go on further than that because they haven't even started the like knockout round for basketball.
yeah, but all of the swimming has already got their medals already done through.
Okay, well, I
all
don't
of the
follow that.
swimming. I know
I
gymnastics
only
starts.
follow basketball and like women's soccer.
Yeah, I follow. I follow. I mean, I saw some basketball, some soccer. The gymnastics thing, I think, is sometime today or tomorrow. There's some weird sports and like there's some sports I didn't even know were Olympic sports.
Dude, handball?
What the, dude,
It's incredibly entertaining. Have you watched it?
no, I didn't.
It's violent as
I
hell.
didn't know that was a fucking sport for Olympics.
Whenever so
Have
so
you?
they have like their equivalent of the crease or the restricted area.
Mm-hmm.
And you know
I
how like in 1980s basketball, if someone stepped in the paint, they were gonna be like knocked on their ass.
mm-hmm.
In handball, they take that to like times
I mean,
10.
I've seen people play
Someone
handball.
stands in front of your goal,
You hit
they
them,
they
yeah,
fuck you up.
yeah, you hit them. Like I've seen handball at like the YMCA or local gyms, and
No,
they
I'm talking Olympic
is
handball.
insane. Oh man,
It's
I didn't know that.
insane.
I didn't know that was a sport for the Olympics. Like I found out that female rugby was a sport when I'm watching rugby and I'm like, oh, and I'm seeing like women bum rush the shit out of each other, and I'm like, I guess this is the first year that rugby is like a thing for the women in the Olympics, and also canoeing. Like whitewater canoeing is like an Olympic sport where you have to like do tricks and shit in the water. I'm like, what the fuck sport is this?
I
It's insane.
I knew that rowing was a sport.
No, it's not rowing. It's white. Like they have. It looks like you're at like an amusement park and the waves are just going crazy, and you see like a guy on a canoe just twirling, going like if it's like skiing. I'm like, this is insane. All right, let's finish here. What we got. So I'll mention this. Marvel, ABC is talking with is. ABC is owned by Disney, who also owns Marvel and Lucasfilms, and Marvel and ABC are discussing several possible new TV shows. So right now they only have Agents of Shield on their main channel because Agent Carter was canceled, and Marvel's Most Wanted, which was a spinoff of Agents of Shield, never got picked up. Which sucks because I love the two characters that they took off of Agents of Shield to make this show. But yeah, so I'm not sure what they're gonna do. Ghost Rider is coming to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. this year, so it could be likely that we get a spin-off show with him. I would have more likely see him on the Netflix series because he's a dark-ass character, but whatever. So that's happening, and then they're also talking about a Star Trek film. I mean, a Star Trek TV series as well. But
Wait, for ABC?
Yeah, for ABC. That worries the shit out of me, I know. ABC and ongoing talks with Lucasfilm.
They have the CBS All Access thing, though.
No, Star Wars. I mean, my bad, Star Wars. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, Star Wars.
Okay.
ABC is.
So I was just like, I was like, wait, I knew Star Wars, but I did not hear the Star Trek.
No, Star Trek. Yeah,
How do they even own the rights to that?
Star Trek has the CBS All Access TV show, which is weird that only online.
It's because they're trying to push that because they're also going to do a CBS All Access exclusive Big Brother season this fall.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, so
which
my bad.
I'll be watching.
So Star Wars is getting a potential TV series. What worries me is that ABC has a specific look for their TV shows. I don't know what Star Wars story you tell that would make sense for that thing.
I don't want ABC.
There's plenty of ideas for what a dark Netflix series could be for Star Wars, and I'm surprised that hasn't happened, but it's going to ABC, and I'm trying to think of like what would that even look like? You know what I mean? Like special effects can't be that high.
If they wanted to make an animated show, I'd watch it.
Well, they already have Rebels.
But they have Rebels on Disney XD, so they're not going to put that on ABC. They're going to do some live action that's not good. And I don't want that to happen.
I don't know. I mean, you can get something that resembles Firefly with its budget.
But I got it. You run the Star Wars Holiday Special as the pilot, and we follow his Wookiee family. In all of hilarious hijinks.
If it's anything with the Wookiees or with the
Ewoks.
Oh my god, I'm just trying to think of what you can do with it. Like,
they want to take down Big Bang Theory? That's how you do it. Full House with Wookiees.
Like, do you have any ideas of what it can actually be though? Like, really, like what would the story be?
Are you saying that this is not a real idea?
I'm trying to stay positive here. You're giving me the negativity right now. You get the Wookiees and Ewoks and whatever horseshit that is.
Quick sidetrack. One of my good friends, when he discovered the holiday special, watched it 2 times back to back.
I've seen the clips I've seen like clips of it on YouTube.
Don't watch it. It's horrible.
No, I've tried to. I can't. I don't know. I'm just trying to think.
I don't. Maybe like
Uh,
a Boba
do you
Fett
do you
version.
think that they do like some, because like how ABC and all these shows, there's a ton of procedurals on TV. Do you
Hmm.
think they try to make a Star Wars procedural like TV show? Well,
Maybe.
like you've seen TV Talk, right?
Yeah.
Where they're like they solved it, like it'll be like a Star Wars
Oh
version of
yeah.
they solved it, like some shit. Yeah, I don't know. Um, and then the last bit of news that we have here is that you brought up the images of Diné.
Arrive.
What's that guy's name again?
I think it's Dennis Villeneuve, but I don't know how to actually pronounce his name.
Well,
But he did Sicario, Prisoners, Enemy,
I think that's
other
it.
movies as
I think
well.
I
He's
think
done more than that. He's done like one more. He's doing Blade Runner 2.
Yeah. So new images for his sci-fi drama starring Jeremy Renner and Amy Adams have come out. They're just two basic images. It's called Arrival. It was previously titled Story of Your Life. The film is about as an intellectual sci-fi drama with a genre twist. What
I'm
else?
super excited for this movie.
If
I love
you're
this director, this writer.
so the
Actually,
quotes.
I didn't write it, but I'm super excited for this. Like I'll do anything that I'll watch anything this director makes. His last three movies I've loved, so I'm all in on this one.
So he said that if you're a parent, it's going to wreck you. It's big and there are thriller elements and tension, but it's going to lean much more on into a thinking person's film. That's what he said about the movie. So,
Oh.
I didn't love. Okay, so I didn't love Prisoners. I thought Prisoners was okay, or I liked it. It's fine. I love Sicario. And I've never seen Enemy. That's the Jake Gyllenhaal movie, right, where he's like
You should
some
watch
weird ass
Enemy.
shit.
It's really interesting.
Um,
It has one of my favorite endings in movie history,
he's
or of any of the movies
so
I've
this
seen
is
so
my
far.
thing. Okay, so I'm gonna read you this. It says here the film will serve as a sci-fi warm-up for Villeneuve's next picture, which is his highly anticipated Blade Runner sequel. But as a huge fan of Sicario, I'm really looking forward to the dramatic take on the sci-fi genre. Moreover, Selma and a Most Violent Year cinematographer, Bradford Young.
Oh,
So that's who he's getting at. So he's not working with the same guy that he had, the one that
he's
won.
not working with Deacons on this one,
Yeah, so
which
interesting. I mean, don't get me
that's
wrong.
I mean that's fine with
Selma's
me because Deacons is working with him on Blade Runner 2.
yeah. The film also stars Forrest Whitaker and Michael Stahlberg. I'll say
I'm
that.
not sure who that is.
Yeah. So I'll I mean, I'm like I said, I enjoyed Prisoners for what it was, and I liked Sicario, so I'm excited for this. I don't know who this Michael guy is. I feel like I've seen this name before though. Let's see, Michael.
He's in Doctor Strange apparently.
Nope, I don't know who this is. Oh wait, I don't know. No, I don't know this. Never mind. Nope.
He looks familiar, but I don't recognize him from anything.
Yep. So that's pretty much the news this week. It was a really light week. That's why we had a lot of suicide and DC talk. And we're gonna get to Blu-rays, but there is nothing there, dude. Like almost nothing. I'm gonna go through
Oh,
some things we have.
we also missed last week, didn't we?
Oh yeah. So this
Is
week
there?
we
Oh,
have.
actually, there was something last week that I wanted to talk about.
All right, let's go to next week because this week is nothing. Oh, man, there is something that came out last week that we should talk about. What the fuck? All right, what was your thing?
So I want to talk about Batman: The Killing Joke because I saw it. It is really bad.
Yeah, it is.
Like,
I know.
and I haven't read the graphic novel yet, but my friend lent it to me, and so when I watched the movie for the entire Batgirl prologue, I'm like, this is really bad, and all the Killing Joke stuff, I'm like, this is actually pretty cool, and it's really interesting. And then I spent the night reading people's reactions to, or reading reviews and stuff, and I'm like, wow, they really butchered the source material. This is really
I mean, we
bad.
talked about the bad reviews when your friend was on, and yeah, so I actually did watch it. That is something I watched last week. Yeah, this is bad, dude. So I love DC animated movies, right? And I was making a top 10 list for Batman films, and I'm gonna tell you right now that at least 5 of them, I believe, on my top 10 list are animated movies because that's how good they are. So watching The Killing Joke, um,
Which should have been a fantastic
yeah.
45-minute movie.
Or you expand upon the story already given, but not expand onto the Batgirl part of it. You know what I mean? Like I don't. That was just pointless. But then the movie has an identity crisis of what it wants to be, because in the beginning, the first 25 minutes of the movie or so make it seem like it's taking place now, but then almost everything with the Joker after that feels like it's out of the book, which was written like in the 70s. So it doesn't really fit the timeline very well, honestly. Because yeah, Batgirl is my favorite superhero, female comic, favorite superhero like from female aspect, and they fucked her over. Like she's just, they made her look like a regular, like I don't know, they made her look like a woman. I don't know.
Made her look like a whiny teenager that only became a crime fighter because she wanted to bone Batman.
Yeah, and then Batman, who's supposed to be like the father figure, just fucked that over. And yeah, there is a take on Batman. If you've watched Batman Beyond the TV series or read the Batman Beyond comic books, yeah, there is in one of those stories, it does come out that Robin, Nightwing, left because he found out that like Batman had banged Barbara. Like yeah, that is a story, very small story, and nobody really knows about it. But to include that here in this movie, which is already meant to, people look at it as a movie that's already anti-women or the book, and you just kind of fed it into, oh well, she needs Batman, she can't do anything on her own. Like you just fed into that. Oh look, she's a woman who's angry and she went for sex. Like it's just so weird that they went for those choices. The animation to me was okay, not better than like any of the other Batman animated movies. But yeah, this was a giant mistake. The voice acting was great. The dialogue for some of the scenes were really amazing, and some of this, like the scenes, stick with you. But yeah, very upsetting. Also last week we had The Lobster, which I haven't seen yet, but I want to see.
It's okay. I didn't really care for it
I
too
don't know. People
much.
keep saying it's like amazing. So
Yeah, I can definitely see why people like. It's one of those movies that will either it'll grab you or it won't. And for me, it didn't really grab me. It kept me interested, and then when it was over, I'm like, I never want to watch that again. But I definitely respect it for just being so unapologetically itself.
yeah, so we also have Keanu. I think that comes out this week, according to like last
Yeah, it
week.
was
I mean,
or last week. It was good.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I had a great time watching Keanu. I thought it was really funny. No desire to watch it again, but I laughed a lot.
What else we have here? We have some movie with
There was High Rise with Tom Hiddleston that I heard was good.
yeah, Laser Team, which is the Rooster Teeth movie. I actually saw that movie.
Was it good?
Yeah, I liked it. It's stupid funny, but I like it. I liked it a lot actually. I thought it was fun. I mean,
Okay.
I didn't know when I was watching it. I didn't know that the movie had like actual Rooster Teeth people. And I was like, oh wait, they got like actual people from the Rooster Teeth in it. I thought it was cool. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a bunch of TV shows, an HBO movie that is coming out called Confirmation, which I heard some nominations about. It's an HBO movie. Yeah, this week.
This week.
Yeah, this week, if you're looking, we have The Hologram for the King, which is the Tom Hanks movie that got panned by critics. It was pretty bad.
You have 11/22/63.
Yeah, that's the TV show with James Franco.
I don't, so I might watch that.
We got the WWE Scooby Doo movie, whatever that is.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. It says
They made another one?
Scooby Doo and the WWE Curse of the Speed Demon.
I don't see this.
It's at
Oh,
the
I do
bottom.
now. Damn, this looks better than both movies that came out last weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. And that's about it, honestly. I think there's nothing really else that's coming out. Just some 4K stuff, but that's about it. So pretty much, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the show. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you did, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up, like the video and all that good stuff. Leave us some comments below. Dylan, you said you're going to be watching Sausage Party tonight, so you'll probably have a review sometime this week.
Yep.
I'll be watching your review first because you get all these amazing screeners over there. So I'll be watching or not screeners, screenings.
Screenings, yeah. I wish that they sent me screeners for every movie, and I could just like land my. No, you can follow me on YouTube at youtube.com/theapicalprodigy. Follow me on Twitter at Dylan Mickanen, DYLANMICKANEN. Thank you guys for watching. Look at the podcast on iTunes, rate it, Podbean, Stitcher, everywhere it's available.
Yep. So pretty much, we'll be back next week to talk movies, and hopefully we'll have better reviews for you guys. And we're sorry we had to shit on Suicide Squad so bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, sorry, not sorry, but we deserve better.
Yeah.
All right. See ya.
Peace.